Welcome to Morbid Metal, a game that I highly recommend and I am currently addicted to. Very few times where something clicks so well and I get into a flow state that makes me remember why gaming is special. One of the most powerful things that you can do in life is get into a flow state, and that changes everything. That elevates you, whether it's for work, personal life, and for performances for athletes and so on. Gaming is a sport, and I want to talk about Morbid Metal and get into what this game has to offer, which you'll watch one of my early first runs in the very first start of the game in the background. I don't want to call this a review because I did not get the final product. This is early access, and there's going to be things I'll talk about here that will be very interesting for you to note as you go forward. But just know this is more of an impressions. And I want to give a big shout out to Ubisoft for allowing me to get this early access. Truth is, I knew about this game a very long time ago, and it was so much fun seeing quick one developer post up some things and it go viral with 2-3 million views on Reddit and other platforms. And that's how this game began. 2017, there was a college kid with an idea for a game he wanted to play, and he started coming up with the concepts then. And then over time, a few years later, started working on the project and ended up deciding to put it up on social media just because he wasn't sure other people wanted to play it and wanted to see what they felt. This is basically where it took off and became big. And this isn't a story about the developer himself, but I gotta give him a huge shout out because it is an inspirational story and one that I absolutely love, that I follow these gaming stories from so many developers. So Felix, Schade, I call him, the Morbid developer, is a young gentleman who got lucky enough to get enough popularity with the game he started designing. Ubisoft decided to help publish. And now he has somewhat of a bigger team, and I want to kind of go through my experience playing this game as you watch one of my first run throughs. And man, I absolutely love it. First of all, the look, the feel, the action, and the systems are so addictive. As you watch, you're looking at, of course, a sci-fi game with tons and tons of cool features, mechanics, and things like that. You can shapeshift to different characters in real time, which is amazing. Really great combo system. A lot of other games you might know and love. It feels very fluid, and you're going to be fighting a lot of brutal enemies. They're very tough. This is a fast-paced hack and slash with roguelite elements. And in the background, you'll watch after I clear an area like this right here, you'll end up getting a choice of a specific unlock. And it changes. This is the roguelite element. And to be honest, this is one of the best parts of the game because I ran this over 50 times just to see the different kind of builds in the first stage, in the first map. And I was trying everything, and it felt really good to create different builds and synergies that worked good together. And the game was well made for that. That's one of the things that I think is a sleeper. The first thing that stands out is the visuals, the action, and all that stuff is great. But that roguelite system makes me want to replay this multiple times. That's something that hit home and that I absolutely love. And I cannot wait to live stream some of this and then also see what the community does, because there's going to be some hardcore players as you go forward. But yeah, that being said, we're going to get into some of the conversations about what I'm feeling and what I'm thinking and how this is all going to go. Okay. I'm allowed to kind of give all the details I can while we watch some of this footage. So again, my opinion is my personal choice. The only thing that Ubisoft did was give me an early copy. It said, you know, feel free to share this on specific dates and so on. Okay. And what I want to kind of mention is the general setting. You are the last AI, and it was created by somebody mysterious. And they made a simulation because the climate collapsed. And so they're using you to simulate, and you're going in to basically fight through and survive all of the craziness that's happening in the world that you're seeing. There's plenty of things to discuss when it comes to that, but I like it. It's a straightforward system, and the mystery is kind of a good way to keep you compelled. And this is one of those games where they're about the gameplay, and you can just tell, like, hey, we want you to have a good time playing the game. And that's something I love most. I cannot begin to tell you how good it felt. And again, since it's an early build and this is, you know, going into early access as well, that they're announcing the time of this video drops, I'll be able to say that as well. A lot of cool stuff. The fact that this game is getting that support, it's already top tier. I love these environments. I've been finding really cool things in the area, and I love it. And then also there's different abilities that I'll be unlocking and learning to play smarter and to play good. Again, nobody's held my hand and taught me how to do combos and learn to do these things. I'm testing it on the fly as you're watching here, kind of figuring out how to switch back and forth to my characters, how to put combos together with both characters at the same time, not just play with one character, but go around and actually swap it and have fun along the way. And it felt good no matter which way I played. And I could have just stuck with one play style if I felt like it, but I've really enjoyed testing it, and I got so much better. And you know, if you come watch me live, you'll say, wow, he's improved even as far as his early gameplay that he showed us on this video. And I do believe that the developers care so much about the gameplay, and it's so dynamic in a special way. Now, the truth is, none of these abilities that you're unlocking are permanent. These are all for the run that you're on at that moment. But you do get other unlocks that are permanent and points that you can use, which I'll get into when we get to that section of the map and go through that process so you can understand more or less how it all works. One thing I just want to kind of mention briefly that I absolutely love, they do have a skill tree for permanent abilities, and they also have other upgrades and buffs for stats and things like that. And you can also unlock bosses' abilities as you play. And so that is a really good system. And then you can see here, there's these different combos and things that, depending on your play style, what you're feeling, what you're thinking, how you want to go about it, it's all there for you. You have a choice. You can do as you please. I want to talk about this Sublime Garden, is what they called it. And these areas, like I said, there's the right way to go, and then there's discovery places to unlock very cool things as you play. And randomizing the locations and the enemies makes it very fun when you go back. Now you got a different build, a different play style, you have new skills, and just so much to just enjoy. For a small game like this, I feel like this could be one of my favorite games of the year already. And they already had a lot of great games this year. 2026 is jam-packed, but I do think this is gonna stand the test of time for me, and I'm going to be running it. It's something special. And the question I have for you, is this your kind of game? If it isn't, that's okay too. I'm not here to judge you. Enjoy, right? Like, do what you feel, what you think, and what you want. Nobody's pressuring you to play. But one thing that's cool is they have a demo. You can try that out for free. It's not going to be everything I have on my playthrough, Demos 1 hour, you get to play 2 of the characters and you get to go 1 biome. But try it out. And then the early access will have 3 characters, 2 biomes, and it's over 10 hours content. So that is super special. And to me, the early access right now, unfortunately, is only on Steam, from what I've heard. I have not confirmed that, but hopefully they bring it out to PlayStation and Xbox as well. And I don't see a reason why it couldn't come to Nintendo Switch too. That would be amazing. But I want to kind of go through my thoughts about how I felt. In this run, this was my first time getting through fighting a boss and really going through the process. And I want to pause in this section here. This is like the moment of relief. It might look smooth, but it's very difficult. And when you get to these areas here, you're going to get big buffs, big upgrades to things. You can see this is a second tougher version, stronger version. And it's called a Mach 2, aka 2.0, if you would call it that. And this rest area is kind of a way for you to feel like, okay, I'm progressing, I'm getting further. And it's taking you to that next step as you play. You're going to get some buffs. You're going to be capable of continuing the game and going forward. And the main thing that I want to mention and discuss in this part of the section is you're not going to get here right away. Like, you're going to have a hard time when you start off. So getting here is a privilege and an honor. You can see right now I got full health, so I didn't have to worry about leveling my health up right there. But if I wanted more points to buy some of these other things, I could right here. And then there's the actual upgrades where I'm spending that runs currency that I earned, because that currency doesn't stay with you if you die. So I get to decide whether I want to buy blessing, which is right here, a routine for 300, or I can buy 2 separate flex or echoes abilities. And those are the things that I have to choose, right? And this is for your run as you play. And this will change every time. You don't know what you're getting. And especially if you make a specific build, it might work for you or against you. Okay. So having that in your run and knowing what to use. I love the little drone. You can buff this drone up so dramatically. It's insane, guys. You can also have a barrier at the start of every fight. And these little perks make a big difference. And while this isn't going to be a full walkthrough, I did want to kind of just mention that. And then I'm going to go ahead and get into the simulation and continue the run as we swap back and forth between the 2 characters, kind of play through and show you me testing out different attacks. This character's a heavy hitter and he gets killed. And now I'm done for. And this is going to happen a lot. And the reason I wanted to put this into the video is to show you, like, this isn't some I'm the best player, I did a no-hit run or a speed run or something like that. This is me learning the game, figuring it out. I died, I load back in, and literally this black screen took a little while for me to load in. But once I'm in here, I can go to the skill tree and start upgrading different things. And to be honest, this is one of the best things about this skill tree is I can refund everything. And I was actually purposely unlocking different things and selecting. I'm not going to go through each of them because I don't want you guys to, get spoiled too heavily. But then from there, you get into another run and you start over. And as you clear, as I explained to you guys, once you clear it all, you'll end up getting a new build. So I got to start all over again and pick a different armor, pick a different play style. What do I want to have to start the fights? This was a really good run because I had the barrier. So at the start of every fight, I had a barrier. And this helped me out. And I started building around it and creating a play style that fit me and my style. And it's something I really loved about this game when it comes to giving me that freedom of choice. Like, okay, this is going to be my play style. And I promise you guys, if you love these kind of action pack hack and slashes, you're gonna have a good time with that system. Now I want to kind of fast forward all of this and take you down the rabbit hole to where I met my demise, let's just say. And I had a good time with this portion of the game as well, guys. So here we go. Time to take on the fights. Are you ready? Boss fight. So here's the thing, there's bosses in this and they're very tough. While I don't want to spoil every boss, we're going to show you the first one and talk about thoughts and feelings. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if I was going to like, because I know it's a hack and slash. Sometimes bosses in hack and slash aren't made for that, but it felt pretty damn good. And I did run this multiple times. This was my first time. I wanted to show that because I did get smashed right away. He broke my barrier. I didn't have that. I slowed down time there, got some hits in, did a perfect dodge and kept doing some damage. And this is where I started saying, okay, this could be exciting. I wonder what type of bosses they're gonna have. And this felt really good. It was like a really amazing to have to dodge those laser shots. You know, some of them are unblockable, so you have to really dodge and jump and do the right thing. But again, this is the challenge and this is the focus. And this is where you get to test yourself. And are you a gamer? Let's find out. Let's have some fun. And I was not. I got beat on this first time meeting this boss. I had a good time trying though. And I'm already addicted to this game for that reason. Funny enough, I would have played this regardless. Luckily enough, I got the early access and y'all get to see how it all went. And that's my impressions, just general raw feelings, not no script, no nothing. That's where I'm at with it. And it's honestly, just to kind of go backwards, I wanted to just say, like, I don't know what the announcement information is just yet. I'm going off of what they gave me, which was, yes, there's early access. You can review it. Don't share anything before April 2nd, which was yesterday. And I'm doing this on April 3rd. Okay, the embargo is April 3rd. So I'm dropping my goodies then. And hopefully you let me know what you think. Try the demo, let me know, maybe get early access, and let's see who's the top dog. You know. All right, hope y'all enjoyed. Just wanted to do a quick rundown. Hopefully this was informative and you had a good time. All right, I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Y'all stay care, stay blessed. Like, subscribe, and comment to show love. Be out.